Hi team, and welcome back to my channel. Magali here, and today I have a complete beginners yoga foundations video for you. So really coming back to the basics of our yoga practice, coming back to the breath and building a strong foundation from where we can start to delve a little bit deeper into our home practice. This video is aimed at complete beginners, or perhaps you've just started your yoga journey and you want to come back to the foundation and the basics, but it is an easy yoga practice for all levels. So if you've started on your journey and you want to come back, find your groove, this is the place for you. If you enjoy my videos and this video, I would really appreciate it if you would give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. It really helps support me so that I can continue creating this content and these videos for you. Okay, without further ado and me blabbing, let's get started. We're going to start in Siddhasana today. So I have sat on a cushion just to help elevate the spine a little bit. So if you don't have one, feel free to just click pause for a second, go get a cushion. And in Siddhasana, easy pose, we have both heels in line with each other and with the groin. So we're all on the same page. Let's have the left foot in first, and then bend the right knee and have the right foot just in front. I invite you to place your hands on your legs wherever they land, and perhaps close off the eyes just for a moment as we arrive and ready for our practice. So back to the basics, the foundations of yoga, starting to connect your breath a little bit, because that's what yoga is all about creating space in the body, space for breath. So breathing in through the nose and out through the nose, starting to find a rhythm to your breath that will help fuel your practice, your body and your day as we move forward. And then trying to align heart space over pelvis, head over heart space, finding this beautiful long line of energy in the spine as we ground the tailbone into the earth and reach the crown of the head towards the sky. Shoulders nice and relaxed. Beautiful. We'll stay here just for another couple of breaths as we try and find this lift in the front body, the sense of ease and lightness as we ground the back body down into the earth. Beautiful. When you're ready to find some movement, blink the eyes open. Let's place the left hand on the mat beside you. Big inhale, reach the right fingertips to the side, up towards the sky, and exhale, find a beautiful side stretch in the right side body. So we're keeping shoulders in line with each other, heart space open, gaze lifted. Let's take one more breath in. And as we exhale, right hand comes down, other side, big inhale, reach left fingertips up and exhale, beautiful. Finding a sense of ease and lightness. Continue to breathe your beautiful breath. And slowly come back. Amazing. Let's bring the fingertips slightly behind us. So we're on the fingertips here. And squeeze the shoulder blades together. Bring the shoulders back as you inhale. Lift the chest, lift the gaze. Pausing here and really finding that connection. Yoga is all about connection, right? Finding that connection, fingertips to earth. As you reach the heart towards the sky, open yourself. Big inhale here. And slowly come back. Beautiful. We're going to make our way to tabletop position. So when you're ready, coming onto all fours, if you had a cushion or a pillow, just move it to one side. In tabletop position, our shoulders are over our wrists and hips are over our knees. We're spreading the fingers wide, building that strong foundation for ourselves and grounding the knuckles of the hands into the earth. trying to push the ground away with the hands, with the arms. And then here, as strange as it may seem, I invite you to see if you can levitate off your mat. Find this sense of lightness in the body. Notice that your navel comes up towards your spine and towards your heart space. Continuing to breathe that beautiful breath of yours. Let's take one more breath in. And on your next inhale, let's reach the tailbone up. We drop the belly and we lift the chest and gaze for cow. As we exhale, we tuck the tailbone under, ripple through the spine, one vertebra at a time. Drop the head at the bottom for cat. Let's do this 2 more times. Inhale, we open. And exhale, we curve through, pushing into the hands and dropping the head. One more time, moving with the breath, finding again this connection to all parts of your body, to your breath, your muscles. Amazing. From here, let's bring the knees and feet together and bring the bum back to sit on the heels, and then walk the hands over to you. Beautiful. Let's bring our hands to our heart, and we're going to take an active rotation here, so just warming up the core muscles a little bit. We keep the thumbs in line with the sternum. Let's take a big inhale. Find this lift in the upper body and this grounding in the back body as you exhale. And then twist over towards the left. Again, keeping your prayer in line with your heart. Working those oblique muscles and the core muscles to find this active rotation. Strong deep breaths here, warming up the body. Amazing. Come back to center and let's do this on the other side. So twist over towards the right. You probably won't go as far as you might if, for example, you had your hands on your legs, but that's absolutely perfect. We're warming up the body first. Taking it slow, back to the basics, right? And slowly come back. Beautiful. Keep your hands to your heart center. On an inhale, cactus the arms to the sides, shine the heart. And big exhale, give yourself a huge hug. Beautiful. And then come back to center, hands on your thighs. So here we're going to focus on the shoulders and rib cage. So I invite you to bring your arms up towards the sky. And then see if you can draw the lower rib cage down towards the pelvis and navel as you draw the navel up towards the heart space. So finding this lift in the front body as we ground the shoulder blades back and down the back body and perhaps even around the side body. This is where we want our shoulders to be in positions like downward facing dog, for example. So we're not sending the elbows out to the side, squeezing the elbows together, reaching the fingertips tall. 2 more breaths here. And it's okay if your arms are only here. We don't want to flare the rib cage open, closing the rib cage and really drawing navel up to heart space as lower rib cage draws in. 1 more breath here, big inhale. And exhale, come back to your tabletop position. Beautiful. Let's do a bit more warming up of the core. So again, find your foundation, find this lift, the sense of ease and lightness. Let's reach the back, the left leg back. So we push through the heel and the fingertips, not the fingertips, where are my words today? The toes face down to the earth. And then from here, we reach the right hand forward. The right palm wants to be facing left. So again, we find this external rotation in that shoulder, wrapping it around the side of the right body. Navel towards the spine. Find the sense of lightness. Find your connection to your breath. Connection to the earth. Connection of lightness to the sky. 1 more breath in. And exhale, come back. Beautiful. Other side. Reach your right leg behind you. We're not lifting the hip up. We're keeping the hips squared to each other. Navel towards the spine. Push the right hand into the mat to really find that foundation, and then reach your left hand out in front. So again, the elbow's not coming up. We're wrapping that shoulder around the side of the body, the side of the rib cage as we reach the fingertips forward. long, beautiful line in the spine. Let's take one more breath here. Big inhale. And exhale, release. Amazing. Walk the hands forward, one hand length. On an inhale, shift the weight so the shoulders come over the wrists. And then exhale, bend the elbows and lower the whole body down onto the earth. Beautiful. Okay, we're going to come to Cobra pose here. So in Cobra, as we inhale, we squeeze the shoulder blades together, bring the shoulders back and lift the heart and gaze. We'll pause here for a few breaths, tops of the feet into the mat. And there shouldn't be too much weight in the hands here. You should be able to lift the hands off the mat and keep the same beautiful lift and sense of lightness in the body. Continuing to breathe, connecting to your body, your mind. Whatever is happening is valid. Let's take one more breath here. Big inhale. And exhale, hands underneath the shoulders, push yourself back to child's pose position. So in child's pose, legs are together, bum to heels, and we melt the belly to the thighs. And then you can melt the head down onto the earth. Perhaps it makes contact with the mat, perhaps it doesn't. Wherever you are is absolutely perfect. And that's what yoga is about, really. Just finding what feels good for you, finding yourself, coming back to yourself, connecting to yourself, right? Yoga, union, connection. Connection to you, to others, to the earth, the sky. Beautiful. Okay, let's make our way back up towards tabletop position. And from here, bring the knees back, hip width apart. Walk the hands just a little bit forward, perhaps one finger length. And then let's tuck the back toes under, push into the hands and reach the bum towards the sky for your downward facing dog. Okay, in downward facing dog, feet are hip width apart. We really ground the knuckles of the hands into the earth, especially the index finger knuckle. So we're using that muscle in between the thumb and index finger to take the weight of the body. Again, elbows aren't spilling out. We're not using, we are using the muscles, but we're not using, the arm muscles. We're squeezing the elbows together, seeing if we can wrap the shoulder around the side of the rib cage. 2 more breaths here. Find that sense of lightness in the body if you can. Sending the navel towards the spine, towards the heart space as you draw the lower rib cage down towards the pelvis. Perhaps you have a bend in the knees here and that's absolutely perfect. Perhaps you're paddling the feet, finding a bit of movement if you need it today. I always say whatever feels good, find it. Meet yourself wherever you need to be. Beautiful. And then from here, keep sending the tailbone towards the sky as you walk the hands towards the feet. At the back of the mat, we will hang in ragdoll. So grab opposite elbow to opposite hand. Perhaps give yourself a swing side to side. Perhaps you're in stillness. Perhaps you have a big, big bend in the knee. Again, listening to your body, connecting to yourself. And then bringing your awareness to your feet, finding that connection, that foundation of your whole body in this posture, feet to earth. Release your hands, and as you bend the knees, push into the feet and roll all the way up to standing. Take an inhale as you roll up, one vertebra at a time. And then exhale, release the shoulders back and down at the top. Beautiful. From here, inhale, reach the arms to the sky, and then pause here. Again, drawing that lower rib cage in as we find this lift from the navel, fingertips towards the sky, and perhaps your arms are here. That's absolutely fine. Bend the knees as you exhale, melt belly to thighs, fold forward. Beautiful. So we're going to come to halfway lift. Here, we really ground the feet into the earth. And then as you inhale, you can glide your hands up the legs, squeeze the bum, squeeze the core. The core is your foundation here. And then the shoulder blades come together. We slightly lift the gaze forward. We'll pause here for 2 breaths. Lifting the energy up from the navel, Uddiyana Bandha, it's called. It's a energy lock in the core of the body, the center of the body, so our energy doesn't come spilling out. One more breath, big inhale. And belly to thighs, exhale. You can glide the hands back down the legs, beautiful. Bend the knees, slowly roll up again. Find this root to rise action. Push the feet, your foundation, into the earth as you roll up. Exhale, release. We're going to flow through this 2 more times. So as we inhale, find a sense of lift in the front body, this grounding in the back body. As we exhale, we melt, bow down to the earth. Find that connection, the foundation of yourself and your practice. Inhale, find your halfway lift, squeezing the shoulder blades together, lift the gaze. Exhale, melt back down, beautiful. Taking your time, there's absolutely no rush. Slowly rising up, one vertebra at a time. And release at the top, beautiful. One more time, inhale, reach up, big stretch, palms of the hands face each other so we keep this external rotation, right? Exhale, slowly fold. You can absolutely have a bend in the knees. We glide the hands up the legs as we inhale. Come up with a flat back if you can, finding that sense of lift in the core. And then exhale, we ground back down to the earth. Beautiful. Bend the knees, we roll all the way up, one vertebra at a time. And exhale, shoulders back and down. Amazing. Let's walk to the front of our mat. If we're not there already, maybe you are, that's perfect. So we're going to keep the feet hip width apart here, really giving ourselves that strong foundation with our legs to support our whole body. I invite you to bring your hands to heart center. And then imagine that your feet have roots. And those roots are going deep into Mother Nature. Find that connection to yourself, to the earth, and perhaps even to other people around you. Beautiful. On your next inhale, reach your prayer to the sky. Perhaps you bring the hands away from each other. On the exhale, fold forwards. Find your halfway lift here. Inhale, squeeze the shoulder blades together. Push into the feet to find this lift. And exhale, fold forwards. Beautiful. We're going to send the right leg back to the mat and then drop the back knee down onto the earth. And we'll keep the hands on either side of the front foot for a second and see if we can again find the foundation, find what feels good. Perhaps we're rocking forwards and backwards as I am to loosen up the hip. Beautiful. See if you can get out of this turtle shell by shining the heart forward, lifting the gaze. And then again, let's connect to our foundation. Squeeze the feet, the thighs together, press the feet into the earth. Inhale, rise up, hands to heart. Finding this lift in the front body as we find this grounding in the back body. The sense of balance in between effort and ease. Balance between light and steady. One more breath here. Let's reach our hands to the sky. Big inhale, shine up. Exhale, let's frame the front foot and come back to our downward facing dog. Pressing the hands into the earth. Remember, it's about the knuckles. Closing the rib cage, we draw it in and towards the pelvis as the navel lifts towards the heart space. Elbows are not spilling out. We squeeze them towards the midline of the body. Beautiful. Tailbone to sky. One more breath here. And then let's wave forward to plank pose. So here we lift the heels, and as we inhale, try and pierce the spine through the back body as high as possible until we reach shoulders over wrists. Pause here. And then release the knees down onto the mat. We squeeze the elbows towards the midline of the body. My hair's getting everywhere, sorry. And then lower down onto the mat. Beautiful. We find our cobra pose that we saw earlier. Inhale, shoulder blades squeeze together. We lift the heart and gaze. Exhale, let's push back to downward facing dog. Tuck the toes under. Push into the hands, tailbone to sky. This time, let's walk the feet to the front of the mat. And then at the top, we find a halfway lift. So press the feet into the earth as you inhale, lift up, gaze forward. Exhale, let's glide back down, belly to thighs. Beautiful. We're going to come up with a flat back, so really pressing the feet into the mat. Inhale, reach your prayer to the sky. Big stretch up, root to rise. Exhale, hands to heart. Amazing. We're going to do this on the other side now, other leg. Inhale, reach up to the sky. Palms of the hands face each other. Exhale, fold forwards. Inhale and send the left leg back. This time we drop the left knee. And then again, just connecting to our foundation, connecting to the parts of the body that are making contact with the mat, and perhaps giving ourselves a little rock forwards and backwards, loosening up the hip. And continuing to breath, continuing to breathe, noticing where it feels good to breathe into the body, finding again, it's all about connection. Breath to body connection, breath to body movement. Get out of your turtle shell if you notice your shoulders scrunching up. And then when you're ready, squeeze the legs together. Push this right foot into the mat to lift the body up, hands to heart. Finding the sense of lightness in the hip and in the heart as we ground the feet into the earth and the tailbone down, back body grounds down. Beautiful. One more breath here. And then let's reach our arms to the sky. Big inhale. Exhale, frame front foot. And again, we step back to our downward facing dog in our own time. Remember, this is your practice. You have a different rhythm of breath, different, bodies that move differently. I'm merely a guide. So really meeting yourself, connecting to yourself. One more breath here. Find this sense of ease and light, this sense of lift and grounding all together. And then again, let's wave forward to plank pose. So we lift the heels as we inhale, try and pierce that spine through the back body as much as possible. Shoulders over the wrists, and then we drop the knees. As we exhale, squeeze the elbows to the body and roll all the way down to the earth. Inhale, find your cobra pose, shoulders back, heart lifts, hello day. And exhale again, coming back to our downward facing dog. Beautiful. Feet are hip width apart, hands are shoulder width apart. We're squeezing the elbows together like you have a beach ball and you're trying to keep it in between your arms so it doesn't fall to the mat. Navel lifts towards heart space. Lower rib cage down to pelvis. Tailbone to sky, heels to earth. Beautiful. Start to soften in the knees, gaze forward, and then walk or step the feet in between the hands. At the top, let's find this lift. Press the feet into the earth. Inhale, come up, navel to spine. Exhale, we fold again. Push into the feet one more time. Root to rise. Inhale, reach the prayer to sky. Exhale, hands to heart. Amazing. Okay, release the hands. Let's give our shoulders a bit of a rotation, a bit of a wiggle out. So inhale, reach the arms up. We keep drawing this rib cage down, and exhale back and down one more time. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, release. Beautiful. Okay, we're gonna find a little bit of a balance now. So making sure that your feet are hip width apart, and then focusing your drishti. Your drishti is your gaze, focusing it out in front of you. And your energy goes where your gaze goes, so keeping the gaze lifted. We're going to start with the right leg. So when you're ready, shift the weight over towards the left foot. And then as you inhale, bring the right knee up towards the chest and then grab it with both hands. We're going to pause here. If you're feeling super unstable, please feel free to come a bit closer to the wall. Notice here if your shoulders are crunching forward and the weight is going forward. Find again this sense of lift in the front body. Push the left foot into the mat. It's your foundation. And find this gentle tuck in the tailbone to lift the core up. Lift the chest up. One more breath here. Shoulders nice. Back and relax. And exhale, release the foot down. We're going to do the other side straight away. Shift the weight. Inhale, left knee comes up and we grab it with both hands. Beautiful. Really pressing this right foot into the mat. Strong standing leg. You've got this. Wherever you are is absolutely perfect. Shoulders back and down the body. Reach the crown of the head towards the sky. Beautiful long line of energy. And slowly release the left foot back down. Amazing. Let's bring the hands on the low back. Create a bit of a V shape with the index finger and thumb. We squeeze the elbows together, fingertips pointing up. Squeeze the elbows together, shoulder blades together, and then inhale, shine the heart up towards the sky. Breathing here. You'll notice that there's a bit of resistance with the breath, and that's absolutely fine. Let's take one more here. And on your exhale, bend the knees and fold forward. Slow and steady. Take your time. Glide your hands down your legs. When your hands reach the mat, ground them onto the earth, and then walk the feet back to your downward facing dog. This is our last downward facing dog of our practice today. Squeezing these elbows together, really trying to wrap the shoulder around the side of the body. You absolutely can have a big bend in the knees here if it helps you find more length in the spine as we melt the heart towards the earth. No tension in the neck. One more breath here. Beautiful. And then let's lower the knees down onto the mat and bring the bum down onto the mat as well. We're going to come to a forward fold, seated forward fold. So if you have a pillow or a cushion, feel free to bring it back to your practice, to your mat. And in between postures, seeing if we can always keep this sense of mindfulness in the body, this sense of connection to breath. So find your seat. Reach the toes towards the face so the feet are flexed, the muscles of the legs stay active. And let's reach the arms to the sky. Palms face each other, so again, keeping this nice external rotation in the shoulders. And then as we exhale, we lead with the belly and heart fold forwards. Your hands can land wherever they land. Quite often, because we want to fold forward as much as possible, we have the tendency to send the forehead down. I really encourage that you keep the gaze lifted towards the toes. Your neck is just as much a part of the spine as the rest of it. So we don't want to just, forget about it. We send the tailbone back as we reach the heart forwards towards the toes. 2 more breaths here. Notice where you need to create a bit more space, whether it's in the physical body or perhaps in the mind and your emotional and mental body. Connect to every single part of you. Beautiful. Let's slowly walk yourself back up to a seat. And then from here, we'll come back to our Siddhasana that we did at the beginning, our easy pose, but we'll swap it. So let's bring the right leg in first and then left leg. So heels are in line with each other and the groin. Take a moment here, bring the shoulders up to the ears. Exhale, release them back and down. Amazing. One more time. Inhale and exhale. Beautiful. Find the sense of lifting in the front body. And then let's bring the left hand on the outside of the right leg. Inhale, we reach the crown of the head tall. And exhale, right fingertips behind you. gentle twist of the body, and you'll notice that you can probably go a bit further than when we did it kneeling, with our prayer to heart. Beautiful. Slowly come back to center. Right hand outside of left leg. Inhale, grow tall. Find the sense of lift. And exhale, left hand behind you. We ground down as we twist. Notice here if the belly is flopping open, and if it is, see if you can keep again sending this navel to heart space. So the foundation of our core is active. And slowly come back. Amazing. We're going to make our way down onto the mat, onto laying. So get rid of your cushion pillow once again. Grab your knees with your hands, and then slow and steady, we're going to bring one vertebra at a time down onto the earth as slow as possible. You'll probably start to walk the feet towards the bum a little bit. And then when you're ready, relax the whole body down onto the earth. Finding your foundation on your mat, feet on the mat, arms by your side, palms of the hands facing down. Just take a moment here to feel nice and relaxed on the earth. You're safe, you're supported by Mother Nature. And then see if you can just for a moment just forget everything that you've learned. All of the basic, cues, alignment, anatomy, whatever it may be, just sigh it out maybe. That felt good. Should we do one all together? Big inhale. Open the lips. Let everything go. Okay. From here, let's find a gentle tuck in the tailbone. And as you inhale, push the feet into the mat to lift the hips up towards the sky. And then as you exhale, let's roll back down to the mat as slow as possible, really trying to use the whole breath to body connection. Inhale, push the feet into the mat, lift the tailbone, lift the hips, shine your upper body. And exhale, slowly lower back down. Amazing. One more time. Big inhale, press and lift. Open yourself up to the sky as you ground the shoulder blades down into the earth and feet. Exhale, release. Beautiful. Bring your knees towards your chest. Give yourself a little rock side to side, feeling a bit playful. Getting ready to finish your practice. Amazing. Release the feet back down onto the mat. And then coming to your final relaxation pose, your Shavasana. So lengthening the legs down onto the earth. And here, I invite you to have your palms facing up towards the sky. Inviting this sense of openness and this sense of surrender to your body. I am open and I surrender. Really letting go of everything that's happened, everything you've learned. And just giving yourself one last moment to meet yourself, to connect with yourself. On your mat, to your breath. Well done today. Send yourself some gratitude for having come onto your mat to move, to breathe, for having shown up and connected to yourself, to each other here. Beautiful. If you have more time to stay in relaxation, I always invite that you stay here as long as you can. But otherwise, thank you so much for practicing with me. Well done today. I'll see you very, very soon. Thank you.